My name's Duddy, Saddle Builds and stuff. Today's video is about the Black Talon. This sword is absolutely immense, and what I've done with this build is give it some massive damage. The Black Talon has suppression and aggregate charge. Paired it up with Spirit of the Fortracer, it's just absolutely insane damage at range or close up. This is why I love this build so good. You can put out a crap ton of damage at distance and close range, and we've got some seasonal artifact mods to show you as well. Penumbral blades on top of that, which you can extend forever with the Black Talon, and some absolutely massive survivability. So stay with me, I will break it down. Just before we start, if you do like this video, get to the end, give me a thumbs up and a sub, it really helps me out. So, the Black Talon, it's got the perk on their crow's wings. It's obviously avoid swords. It fires a heavy projectile attack that suppresses. This got buffed at the beginning of the season. Suppression is absolutely massive. Really good buff. Hitting a target already suppressed spreads the effect to nearby targets. This renders enemies completely useless. And it's also got Tireless Blade on there, sword ammo granted for every other powered sword kill, so you get quite a lot of ammo back. It's also got Duelist Chance on there, sword final blows, grant increased charge rate and defense until this weapon is stirred. This is great because you can fire your heavy attacks more often. And the Catalyst also got reworked at the beginning of the season, dealing damage to void debuff targets, increases this weapon's damage for a short time per each type of void debuff, so it is a form of aggregate charge, but for void it's 10% extra damage per debuff. Suppression is one of them, and we're going to add a few more to get some massive damage. So 276, real quick damage test. The suppression is going to apply in a second, and that is going to go up to 304. And then what we're going to do is add in Spirit of the Fortracer. This is where the class item comes into play, damaging a powerful combatant or guardian with an ability that matches your weapon, gives you a 25% damage increase for a whopping 15 seconds. All we have to do is hit him with a snare bomb, which you can get back infinitely, so you've literally got a 25% damage increase against powerful combatants anytime you wish. 276, and it went up to 304. Add your Spirit of the Fortracer, that goes up to 436. So that's a mixture of your 25% damage increase and a couple of debuffs on top of that. You've got your suppression and your weakening, which is absolutely massive already just on its own. But we've got some sword mods this season and the seasonal artifact perk that are really going to buff this out even further. We've got combination Argent Blade. Briefly pause after executing a light attack, then follow up with a heavy attack to empower your sword. Very easy to do. Light attack, wait like half a second, and then fire your heavy attacks. Add all that in to your aggregate charge and your void weapon buff from Fortracer, and it goes up to a very easy 547, which is nuts. You can also add Tether, which also got buffed. This works with Fortracer, so you get 35% from Deadfall now, and 25% from Fortracer, plus your aggregate charge, all stacking together. And it caps out at a massive 589 damage with a tether. I did actually get 630 a couple of times, I'm not sure why, but maybe that wants suppression kicking in. But just with the tether or the smoke bomb, it's a massive damage increase. So if we look from the first shot, it was 276. With the tether, it's 589. And that's like 113% damage increase. That's bloody ridiculous. Great if you need to put out some fast damage. Armor Smith is another one. Breaking the combatant shield temporarily grants you damage resistance. This is a massive bonus. You've got also Sword Storm combo. Performing 3 sword light attacks followed by a heavy attack summons penumbral blades that surround you. And you've also got Void Infestation as well to add into that. But the penumbral blades, the sword combo, once you do 3 light attacks and a heavy, you're going to get all these like swirling penumbral blades around you, and you can extend this. This is obviously good for extra damage, everything else you've just seen with the tether and everything, or your smoke bomb. Good for single target damage, but you can actually extend this forever, and it works absolutely perfectly with the Black Talon because you've got light and ranged attacks. So you can literally keep that going forever Like, I'm not joking yet. As long as his adds, you're going to see them spinning penumbral blades, and every time you get a kill, it's going to extend it for about 3 or 4 seconds. And because I said, like, Black Talon's got light, sort of close range attacks and long range attacks, it's absolutely perfect. You can keep that going for an absolute eternity. Let me know how I'm doing so far. That's the damage covered with Foe Tracer, Tether, etc. Argent Blade seasonal mods, but we could go with survivability because you can actually get a pairing with Foe Tracer with Spirit of the Cytarachne. You're going to get Woven Mail every time you use a grenade, which is a 40% damage reduction, or you could always pair it up with Spirit of the Gryfalcon for volatile rounds, which is even more damage for the Black Talon. So it's up to you whichever one you want to go with, but you can get Woven Mail every time you throw your grenade and your prismatic grenade as well, so you're very, very tanky. You've also got power from Pain to add on to there as well. Rapid final blows against weakened combatants, give you Devour and then Void Infestation. So you've got Woven Mail and Devour. You don't actually need all of them together. To be honest, I found it quite decent in most things, but you may as well go full survivability. Devour and Woven Mail, like, it's a joke. You've also got infinite invisibility with this build as well, because you're going to be weakening from your Smoke Bomb, weakening and suppression from your sword. So the suppression from Black Talon is an infinite proc from invisibility with Stylish Executioner. And you can, the second aspect you can pick and choose, you can go Ascension if you wish. I was trying Ascension out, it was okay. The one I actually settled for was Gunpowder Gamble, because it actually makes a bit more sense with your Spirit of the Cytarachne, and Gunpowder Gamble also got buffed. So you do plenty of damage if you shoot that in the air, and you're also going to get a free proc of your Woven Mail via Cytarachne, because you've got your Magnetic Grenade, you've got your Gunpowder Gamble, and you've also got your Prismatic Grenades. Now, perfect for damage, tanky target. This is Legendary Campaign. I've got other clips to show you as well. Get that Penumbral Blades going, and you can literally just whiz around while being invisible as well most of the time. That's the cool thing with this. You are going to be invisible while you're running around, and then blades are going to do damage. Now, they will appear invisible sometimes, but they do actually work, so just bear that one in mind. If you see that I'm invisible, bear in mind it does sort of bug out for a couple of seconds, but they do stay active. Really good for like clearing like trash tier ads, and then if you need to put out some fast damage against some tankier boys, proc your Foe Tracer and just forget about it. Light attacks, ranged attacks, anywhere you want it, absolutely huge. And you've got that infinite invisibility as well. It's really, really strong. This class item combo, Foe Tracer and Cytarachne, is probably my favourite build on the Hunter in general, all in all. I've used it a lot. Like, all my GMs I've ever done, I've always used this class item combo until they changed it, Avant-Garde, etc. But I always ran it with Heart Shadow. Heart Shadow is obviously solid, but for this particular build with the Penumbral Blades, it's actually just as good as Heart Shadow, if not better, because of that ranged attack and that extra damage you can get from the reworked catalyst. So, for me, I actually prefer it over Heart Shadow now. So all them builds you've ever seen in the past where I've done Heart Shadow builds, just replace it with Black Talon, and you're going to be able to walk through any endgame activity invisible. Like, you are literally invisible all of the time with this as well, whatever you want. Like I said, with that Stylish Executioner. Secondary weapons, because we're focusing on Foe Tracer, Void damage, you want a solid Void as secondary. Anything you want. I was having a bit of fun with a Scavenger's Fate with Discord for free ammo. And Surrounded, that's Void, that Surrounded and Foe Tracer working together. Just forget about it, it's really, really strong. Plenty of other Void weapons to pair, but I would go with a hard-hitting one, something special ammo, something like a Lotus Eater, Repulsive Brace, Destabilizing, or another Void weapon you might think of. Anything like that, I'd go with a primary kinetic one, primary ammo in your primary one, just so you can maximise your Foe Tracer with your special ammo weapons, as well as your Black Talon. Tether in that corner there, and that is an ad clearance galore, left, right and centre. Get your Penumbral Blades going, run around. Like I said, you've got their Penumbral Blades, just doing extra damage for you, even against the little lads. And then you've got your Foe Tracer, to take care of any tanky targets. And you will notice in that clip I was running around invisible, still getting kills with the penumbral blades. Just felt absolutely crazy. And then anything that's like tanky, it just gets like schmelted. Just look at them dissolve. They just get dissolved by the Black Talon. It is so strong. Now, the 25% from Fur Tracer doesn't stack with Sages, it's already enough damage, so you've got no point in running Sages on your legs. So what I do is I run Grenade Kickstart on my arms to maximise my side arachne. Stacks on stacks on your legs to make sure you've always got like 2 or 3 armor charges for that Grenade Kickstart. So that really helps with your uptime from your side arachne. I almost forgot some information, important. Suppression is overload. So there's one to add into the mix. Free overload from your suppression on the sword as well. And then again, I've actually managed to remember to use my gunpowder gamble. So you've got like all them different ways of woven mail plus the extra damage. And again, then penumbral blades, perfect for extending that, killing all the enemies around you. Bit of extra damage against targets, and then you can just delete them with your Fur Tracer. Suppression aggregate charge combo, just loads of damage. This pretty much gets to the end of the video. All I've got to do now is really show you my mods, etc. But the tether as well, don't forget that. That's an extra bit of damage. 35% on tether now. Here's my grenade stats. My gear stats. I built it into decently high. Weapon stat, 135, 140. I'd like a little bit more class. And then round about 9500 grenade for your side arachne and about 70-80 melee. It'll do it. Facet of protection while you're surrounded to get damage resistance. Facet of hope while you have an elemental buff. Get your class ability back a bit quicker. You're always invisible. Facet of purpose just to get that void overshield for the extra survivability. We are also running weakening for our grenades via Facet of Dominance, just for the magnetic grenade, just so it's got that bit of weakening as well as your Fur Tracer, etc. And then Facet of Mending, so you get cured on grenade kills, gunpowder gamble, and your magnetic. Just helps a little bit. Double heavy ammo finder if you can. You could run a scout for your teammates, but I don't care about my teammates. I'm a selfish gamer. Only joking. You can put a scout on if you wish to create plenty of ammo for your mates as well. But that pretty much wraps up the video. I'll leave a dim link. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.